down there who was mowing in the middle of the day.
Yesterday?
And he died out. He didn't say
So
what day.
sorry.
He just died. He was out mowing, and
You've got to take that stuff
it
seriously.
got a hold of him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I'm glad you're already, before the heat came, you were already hydrating, on the farm, because I think you can get lost in what you're doing. And, we all have that tendency. You're out, pulling weeds, or you're doing whatever. And you're like, you know what? 30 more minutes, or just another section of the yard, and then I'll go in. And that can be that 30 minutes that just puts you over the edge.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
And so, but again, you want to hydrate. You want to hydrate before you go do the activity.
Well, and like he said, if you get to the point if you're outside and you're thirsty, you're already on your way to being in trouble. So
Right.
that's a problem. I know and I know you've gone before as well. We used to take the kids out to the Scarborough Fair, the Renaissance Fair, out in the Waxahachie area, and I remember there being a day, and of course, we go big or go home. We'd wear we'd wear the costumes and all this kind of stuff, and you're all layered up and everything. And I remember having to sit down, and my cheeks got really, really red. Now I'm on a diuretic for blood pressure. And I had not hydrated enough. I had a tea that morning, maybe a half a bottle of water, and then I was out walking around, in a pirate winch outfit.
Right.
And so all of a sudden I had to sit down and get in the shade and just start pounding water.
I just want you to know you are a hot pirate winch.
Well, thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Can I still carry that one off?
You can. You can. I mean, you really
Thanks,
can.
JP.
You're welcome.
You made my week.
You're welcome. You're just a hot pirate winch.
So and the name of this segment will be Hot
Pirate
Winches.
Winch. That's right. Speaking of, I sent you an email, or I sent Chambrielle us an email, Nathaniel us an email, JP, Kathy, and the crew. I want you to post that up there. So last night, if you were able to stay up late, because it was a late game.
You did.
And it was funny because it was feeding time for Carter, and I hadn't quite changed him into his night clothes yet.
Right.
And when I was feeding him, he kept watching the TV.
And I love it. Those pictures were so great that you sent me.
So we went to,
love that.
So after he was done eating and done burping, I sat him down next to me, and he put his arm up on the armrest. I didn't do that.
Oh man, I love that. I was like, look,
on the armrest.
too.
Yeah. And we sat there and we watched the University of Texas dismantle the University of South Florida. And he actually watched the full last 3 innings of the game. And then it was funny. The last strike, he knew the game was over, and it was bah, 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 because it's bedtime.
He knew to not cry until there's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in
that.
baseball. So I loved this picture. Courtney's like, I got to get a picture of this. She goes, this is crazy. The two of you are sitting there watching baseball, and he was. And so it was funny. That look that you're looking at on his face is, lady, why are you standing there in front of my TV where I'm watching baseball? So it was pretty funny. University of Texas goes on to win. Interestingly enough, Texas starts off 0-3, if you remember correctly, over at the ballpark in Arlington, although I don't know if they're calling it that anymore. And the 3 teams that they lost.
What is it, Globe Live? What
is
it now?
Is it back to the ballpark in Arlington again?
Somebody help us out with that. What is the actual correct term?
Because I don't. It may be even AT&T. I don't think Globe Life is the partner anymore.
See, so what? Yeah, so what is it?
I don't think.
Somebody help us out.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I love that.
I haven't been able to get out there yet either. But
I know I can't. Out of all the people, I still have. Now I was out there when they were building it. I got to go to an event when they were building it, but I have not been out to a game there. I've got to get out to a game there, but I have to hydrate before the game. But I can't believe you haven't been out.
I have not yet.
Big of a ginormous baseball fan as
I
you
know.
are.
Well, I've been watching closely, like when the Rangers dismantled the Dodgers the other night, but then they lost last night. Big deal though across the board is the College World Series. It's back. People are in the stands. We're having a great time. Great baseball to watch. Coach Quigley has been, just giving me great trivia and great data.
Yeah.
Here's interesting, though, right? So DBU Virginia will go to a game 3 That is today at noon. You want to watch some good baseball, I would tune into that game and catch that game for sure. Mississippi State drops to Notre Dame, which means that Mississippi State is out. Notre Dame goes to the College World Series. Here's what's interesting, right? Mississippi State was one of the teams that beat Texas at the beginning of the season. They're out of the tournament. Arizona dismantles Ole Miss 16-3. And, Coach, help me out here. Give me the stat on this deal. I don't know that we've ever seen this many home runs scored in the Super Regionals. The numbers have been out of control. Arizona beats Ole Miss. Guess what? Ole Miss was the second team that beat Texas at the beginning of the season. And Arizona dismantled them like 16-3. And then you've got Arkansas. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you would have told me that Arkansas doesn't make the College World Series, you could have pushed me over with a feather, because that's how good their pitching staff is.
They didn't make it?
They did not make it. Arkansas is out. NC State wins that game. Their top pitcher goes on the mound, 8 innings pitched, gave up 3 earned runs, struck out 10, walked 3, and that was not enough. The Arkansas batters could not get it going. And so NC State stuns number 1 Arkansas. So who's left in right now? Well, number 2 Texas is going to be your highest seed. Number 5 Arizona is in there. Then you have Notre Dame, and then DBU is looking to sneak in as well. Tennessee, number 3 Tennessee, is going to also be in the College World Series. They beat LSU 15-6. By the way, LSU head coach retires. Our hats off to him in a great, illustrious college baseball career.
How many years was he there? And
37, I think.
I was going to say.
I think it was 37. I think 37.
Right, yeah.
Well, and Coach may have it in my head, too, because I remember last night them saying it was the 37th time for UT to visit. In fact, they are the most visiting baseball team to the College World Series in the history of the College World Series, with 37 times to appear. But their last win was 2005, so we'll see if Texas can make some things happen out there. But so big game today at noon, Dallas Baptist University. So root on your local Patriots here in Dallas, and let's see if they can make it into the College World Series as well. But Tennessee's been playing well. LSU did not play well. We'll have to see how Notre Dame does. And then, is NC State truly a shocker? The only games that were low scoring was the NC State-Arkansas games.
Okay.
And so I don't know if that indicates that. We know that Arkansas's got great pitching. Does that indicate that we've got great pitching between those two squads, with NC State moving on, and that the other squads don't? Or were their bats just not very hot? We will find out as the College World Series continues to unfold. Don't forget also, big award announcements are coming up for college baseball as well. Don't forget, we had Jana Hauser in with the Dick Hauser Award. We had Larry in with his brother's award at shortstop. And so a lot going on.
Which is so great, because this time last year, it was depressing. It's just so good to see sports activities getting back, to see stands being filled up with the fans. There were so many limited opportunities, and just seeing folks out and about at like the local, when they'll do like a fair at a parking lot, a big old parking lot, and they'll put a little, carnival or something up. Just to see more and more things like that just does your heart good.
Yeah.
It just really does.
It does. And Fred, you may be right on the Notre Dame game. They may be going to a game 3. I thought Notre Dame cleared the house the other day, but they may not have. Of course, Stanford also going on to the College World Series. They knocked out Texas Tech as well. A little bit shocked by that. Stanford Cardinals always great at baseball, but a little shocked that they knocked out Tech so easily, I guess, is probably what I'm thinking. And then I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Vandy Vanderbilt has moved on as well. Right. So continue to watch and catch those games. Notre Dame game, Mississippi State game, 8 o'clock tonight. So, yeah, I was wrong on that. Thank you, Fredo.
So you'll be up late again.
I will be up late again. Yes.
Me and the Carter.
Me and the Carter. We will be up late again. And so Texas Rangers lose last night 5-3 to the Dodgers. But the Rangers playing admirable baseball. You know, I mean, we'll see what they can do. If they can break 500 this year, I'm going to be pretty pleased.
Yeah, I didn't. At some point, weren't we like, 2021's our year?
Yeah, no.
A couple of seasons ago, I think
Yeah,
we were saying
did.
we're like, this is going to be in place, and this is going to be in place, and they're going to have this, and we had all these reasons why. And I think it was 2021. I remember that you and I, like in 2018, 2019, were like, you know what? 2021's our year. We'll have this, and this, and
Yeah, they didn't handle it well.
there you go. They didn't listen to our show that day.
They didn't handle it well. They didn't listen to our show very well.
Doggone it.
You know, and Kathy, I don't mean to continue, but I'm going to use these next 4 minutes. What other big event was happening this weekend? It happens annually.
I was going to say, I went to I got to go to a couple of cool cover bands, Stone Temple Pilots and Red Hot Chili Peppers cover bands concert, but that's not annual. Trying to think.
This is a sporting competition.
What was it?
And was that Chambriel?
Do you know, Bree?
Nope, not that. That happened too, though. Come on, Kathy. This would be right up your alley. I mean, and even it was a Japanese wasabi that won this thing.
Oh, is this like a hot dog eating contest or something?
I hope not. It's the Westminster Dog Show 2021.
Oh, doggone it, that's right.
I hope it's not a hot dog
right.
eating
That's so
contest.
bad. Well, you said Japanese wasabi, and I'm
well,
like,
that's because the Pekingese that won, his name is Wasabi.
oh, now that is so cute. See, I haven't seen who won yet. So it was
Won
little Pink
Best in Show, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, can we pull up a picture of the baby?
And it was so funny. This morning I'm listening to the
that was
radio.
real bad time to talk about
It's a hot dog eating contest.
There's some Japanese guy that always wins the hot dog eating contest, and he's like the skinniest thing in the world, and he has some kind of fun nickname. So that's
Right.
why when you said that, I'm like, hot dogs.
Now, have you ever seen the movie about the competition?
Oh my gosh, Best in Show
Yeah.
is one of the funniest movies. I can watch it anytime it comes on.
There you go. There's your
That is a
purple
lot of
ribbon winning
hair.
and
Look
your
at that
big
little
cup.
baby. Oh.
So here's what's fun, right? I'm listening to the radio on the way in, and I know it's
Can't
coming.
believe I forgot. I knew it was on, and I meant to record it, and I didn't. Doggone it.
Doggone it. So
Oh, yeah, pun intended.
So I remember the movie, and I'm listening to the radio, and I'm like, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. And he does. He plays the clip from Best in Show.
So great.
Where the guy goes, well, there she goes again. Yes, she is. Oh, Lord, she's grabbed the testicles again. She's checking for the testicular mounting to make sure it's proper. And I mean, I just am dying laughing. And he's doing this over the radio. And, of course, the host is going, really? Did you have to play that clip? And he's like, absolutely.
Out of all the clips, yeah, that movie is hilarious. And I love these dog shows. I just love them because everybody always has their favorites, and you have a dog that either you used to have that breed or you have that breed, and you just get all excited about it. It's so much fun, so much fun.
So I've got 1 minute left, and
So
Coach
much
Quigley is
fun.
taking my thunder. The World Championship of the World for Bassmasters was in DFW this weekend, and I believe it was a Carolina man that took the championship back to Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah, it was a big weekend for sports. It was huge out at Texas Motor Speedway. And so just a ton. I could talk sports almost for an entire hour. But Hank Cherry wins the 2021 Bassmaster Classic at Lake Ray Hubbard. And so it was a big weekend.
There
for
you go.
sports.
I'm looking
I
up
mean,
because I'm looking up now for the different breed results for the Westminster Dog Show. I'm trying to see who won in the different breeds.
Well, what's interesting is again, last year, and this is the reflection, right? Last year, there were no sports. There was nothing on the airwaves. It was replays.
Yeah. You can only watch the, Cowboys from the 70s so many times before you're
Right.
like, okay, kind of a deal. There's just something to be said about sports and about the camaraderie and the memories that you have with that, bringing your kids to it when they're younger and all this kind of good stuff, going with your friends. It's part of who we are, just like being able to get out to a concert on Friday night. It was just so nice to be around tons of folks and everybody's singing and everybody's having a good time. And just that getting back to normal, and I keep using air quotes, whatever normal is going to be, I'm just very grateful for it,
So, that's a $300,000 take home, right?
What is?
The Bassmaster Trophy.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all.
Cherry won it last year
on
Lake Guntersville in Birmingham, Alabama. And so, big time win for Cherry as he finishes out his second Bassmaster Championship. Again, it's only worth mentioning because it is like the World Championship of bass fishing.
Yeah.
So, all right. How about Jumpin' Joe?